All right. Heater going in here. All right. So, the project for today is we got these injector spacers that go on top of the injectors because the injectors I bought are the LS3, so they're the shorties. So this goes on top of here, like so. And then this goes into the fuel rail, which pushes it into the intake. So that way I can actually have my Trailblazer Super Sport intake with the Holley Sniper rail. So this is about the closest I could do because I was running into issues. And I got a longer cable now, so we can actually take you guys right up close. And the issue that I had was with the injectors, it would sit too low, and I couldn't get the bolt holes to line up. So now this spaces the fuel rail up a little bit. That way I can make new brackets to tie into the back of the fuel rail for the intake. So that's what I'm going to be working on today, is getting all of these little hats put in there. And then we're going to go through and try and make a bracket that goes from this to the intake. And we're kind of in crunch time because I may or may not. I totally did. I signed up for some dyno tuning for next week. So next week I'll be, hopefully if everything's done on this and everything works, I'll be driving it over to the dyno and having the guys at Alpha Motorsports see how I did on my tune and see if they can improve upon it, which I'm sure they can because they've been doing it for years. So let's get the hats put in here. We'll pull the injectors out of here. Let's see. Do we got a better spot we can put you guys so you guys can see more? Let's see. We're going to try something. Please stand by. Sorry for the shaky camera movements. You guys are being adjusted. We're going to try and get you right up close. There you go. Now you guys can kind of see a little bit better what's going on here. So this was the original mounting spot for these, and with the original spacing hats that I had, so show you a little difference in the size. So here's the new ones and here's the original ones. So that's the height difference. So with the new ones, it'll let this sit up high enough so that I can make a bracket to attach it there. Whereas before it sat too low, and basically the bolt just hit on the side of this, and I couldn't even get the injectors in. So that is what we are working on today. So we got these from, I think it's called Mid-Michigan Motorsports. They're in southeast Michigan, I believe. That's where these adapters came from. All right. So we'll toss a couple injectors in here. So this one goes up here. And this one goes down here. Now, we have enough height so I can get the bracket made. All right, so let's get a tape measure. Why don't you hop in your chair, Drac? Hop in your chair. In your chair. Good boy. Good boy. I have my trusty pup out here today. As in, I can trust him to always get into trouble and be completely devious. Let's see here. How much space is that? That is not much. That is... Oh. Quarter of an inch. All right, so what I think I'm going to try and do is just, instead of having my brackets upright like this, just flip them upside down. So I'll have to see. All right, it's perfectly aligned. So it's got to line up the existing hole in the bracket and drill a new one a quarter of an inch up on the side. We'll measure the back one, make sure the back one should be the same. Yeah. All right. Let's see how far I can take you guys. All right, so I don't think I can take you guys as far as I need to, but we'll try. Let's see. I got a much longer USB cable now. So let's see how far you guys can go. There we go. It's not too bad. Contrast is all off because of the windows, but I got my drill press here. drill bit. So I plug this thing back in. I haven't even used it since I moved over to this side of the garage yet. All right. And time for a tape measure once again. All right. Let's see here. Back on your chair. On your chair. Get in your chair. Go on. In your chair. Good boy. Stay. All right. First hole drilled. We'll see how that turns out. We'll do the other one too. Worst case, these brackets won't work at all, and I'll have to come up with a completely new solution for it. I really hope that isn't the case. Alright, bracket number 2. That one's done. Now we'll take you guys back with us. Alright. That's like the most annoying thing when you're working on something like that. And then you drop your bolt. So this one we're actually going to do, normally I do it like this and have the bolt come through and put the nut on the backside, but I think it's going to give me clearance issues. So we're going to try doing it the other way. and put it backwards and see how that does. Nice. So it gave us just enough clearance between the bolt there and the hole there. So we're going to do the same thing for the second bracket. Like so. Well, that is definitely not going to work. It's too tall at this point. So we're going to have to maybe swivel these. Let's try it. Try swiveling them. See if that gives me enough clearance. All right, so that'll work. I'll have to use longer bolts to go in there, and probably have to put some Loctite on them. But that will work for them. So now we got to find a longer bolt for there. See if we got anything. Yeah, I'll probably try and put like a plastic spacer underneath. That way it's at least firm to the bottom. Worst case, what I can do is I have some little bushings like this. So I could always cut these down and have those fit as spacers for it. That's not a bad idea. Let's see here. That actually would work. Let's see how much space that gives. Yeah, that'd be enough to absorb the little crush on it. Good call. All right, so let's see here. We are going to tighten this down. It's 11 mil. So I'm going to just put a little drop of Loctite on those and then tighten those down. And then I'll go through and see if I can find the longer. Let's see if one of these will work. What's probably going to happen is it's going to be like the one that I have one of. Or it's not those. In your chair. 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 Good boy. Stay. Problem I'm going to have is I'm thinking all of my screws and bolts and things that I have are probably all standard thread, and that's definitely metric. One of these, see if one of these is the right one. Yeah, that's the right one. It just might be too short. Let's see. Yeah, too short. Threads won't even start on it. Well, I know the size, so now I'm just going to find a longer one. I betcha I just found the right length. Might even be too long. Might have to put washers on the other side of it. That'll definitely work though. All right. So we got the bolts for that. So now I need to put the rest of the injectors in. And now we got to get the spacers. I should probably tighten these down first. I think I do. Let me check and see if I have 4 of those. In your chair. In your chair. In your chair. So it doesn't appear that I have 4 of them. So that means I have to make a trip to the hardware store. And all right, so we got the bolts in here. Helps if I don't drop them. This makes it slightly easier to put them in. All right, so we have to shave one of these rubber grommets. Thinking. Well, maybe not. Just have to slide the bolt in at a better angle. All right. All right, fuel rail is seated. Now, let's see how far it does it actually bottom out. Oh, it does. Even better. This one's a little bit tighter because the rubber grommet sits basically right on the threads. Sometimes just having a 1-inch extension is nice. This one down. There we go. Nice and solid. Injectors are in there. Beautiful. Yeah, doing a stud on it would be nice. They, who is it, ARP or is it one of the other companies actually makes a stud kit for the intake. So you can put the stud into the head and then put the nut on top of the intake instead of using the bolts. All right, let me just check around for a minute and see if I can find any more of those bolts in any of my LS Parts boxes. So this is probably the wrong thread. Oh, nice. Found two more. All right. Actually, it turns out I have about 7 of them. But, only problem with them, Phillips head instead of 10 millimeter. Oh well. As long as it works, it'll be okay. It's not going to be symmetrical except for the front to the back. Definitely not side by side. Man, I am dragging you guys all over the place. Not even trying to. My bad. All right. All right, there we go. So for this side, I need the fuel rail. And this one I still have to drill the holes in. But you can see how it wasn't even close before. So now we're gonna pull these shorter hats off, slide that down so it's closer, put the taller ones on. Actually, let's just put the taller ones on and see how it falls. Yeah, it's definitely the small things. Making sure I have 2 of the matching screws, or bolts, whatever you want to call them. All right. I really need a tripod that will turn like all the way around so you guys can actually see what I'm doing. But I have a cheap, I don't know, $20, $19 tripod. All right. All the hats are out. Now we'll go through and we'll put the hats in for the new one. All right. So I'm kind of excited about the dyno tuning on this to see what it will do. It's supposed to drop it off Wednesday between 11 and 12. So we'll see if I can get some footage on what they're going to do. The nice thing is that I guess this will also test whether or not my converter is going to hold up to the new horsepower levels. I'm going to say it's probably not. I'm pretty sure the converter that I have is the one that my dad has, which means it's probably going to start blowing through about 500 horsepower. All right. I like the look of that much better. Black hats on it instead of the chrome ones. Just looks a little slicker. All right, how far is that off? Oh, geez, that's off by a lot. Let's see if we can spin those around. Yes, YouTube, I am still here. You can keep playing music. Yeah, that would be cool. Be able to see the difference on it. From all of Holdner's videos, he said it's about 30 horsepower. So we're trying to spin these brackets around. I should be able to take it to the dyno though, and oh, that's going to take me way too tall. Oh yeah, the injector won't even sit in the hole at all. All right, so I'm going to have to do these ones the same way I did the other ones. All right. Yeah, we'll see. It just, I guess, depends on how well I put the thing together. I honestly wasn't expecting it to live through the track day the last time, so having it make it this far is kind of nice. All right. Time to go for a ride. Oh, I'm dropping you. My bad. All right, back over to the drill press. Brackets. There. I'm going to try and do these ones a little bit different. That way, hopefully I don't have to have a spacer in there. We'll try it right there. Let's see how it goes. There's that one. All right. Got both brackets. Now we get to go back. All right. Same thing this time. Put the bolt through the opposite way. See how well this does. I gotta turn this heater off. It's getting too hot in here. Whew. Yep, definitely the little LS that could. All right, there's one tightened. All right, there's two. This one out. All right, so definitely gonna have to rotate them the other way, just like I did the other ones. And definitely gonna have to drill the holes closer as well. Alright, there's one bracket. And the other bracket. All right, new holes are drilled. Time for round 2. All right. All right. And tighten this up a little bit. Why don't you? The garage floor's got to be cold, Drac. Why don't you sit in your chair? I try to get you to sit in your chair, but you don't want to. You're just looking at me. Why does that one seem so much off? Alright. Oh, because I put it in the wrong hole. That'll do it. That's exactly why it seems like it's off. Alright. So for those that are just joining, I'm working on creating these brackets for the LS3 rails for the LS3 injectors. That way I can mount it onto the Trailblazer intake. So those were the original brackets I made when I had the truck intake. And now we are modifying it for the new one. All right. Now let's see how it looks. Hey, there we go. That looks a lot better. Still gotta get this seated in there. All right, there we go. All right, I think we're going to be good to add the other injectors. I'm also going to put a little bit of Loctite on the back of these, so I don't have to worry about these coming loose. Alright, Loctite on one. Next thing I'll have to do is, once I get the fuel lines hooked up, gotta work on all the vacuum lines. Gotta find a spot for my and take air temp, and I've got to replace the IAC on the intake or the throttle body. That way it's got the new sensors, new throttle body, and I'm not using, you know, sensors that have 200,000 miles on them to do what I need. Alright, how to get a Phillips screwdriver for these. Alright. Alright. And let's grab the other injectors. Might as well load this thing up. Alright, and pull the last one out here. Jack, you're in the way, dude. Here, come here. Sit in your chair. There you go. Now I'm not tripping over you. He's like, Dad, it's ready. It's time to go in. I want to go in, Dad. It's like, nope. We got work to do, son. Alright, let's get there. Get a real screwdriver instead of trying to put it with that thing. Alright. Man, if you guys could see what goes on behind the cameras, you don't really want to. It's just me dancing. That must mean it is 6 o'clock. All right, so we're going to take this off one last time. All right. All right, so let's see here. All right. All right, I think we're finally ready to put this together. All right. Here's the grommet for that one. Jack, okay. If you don't want to sit in your chair, you don't have to. I love it. He is in the bratty teenage years. I tell him he doesn't have to sit in the chair. He jumps right in it. Injector, injector. There we go. All right, rails are on. Still got the fuel line, but that roadblock is done. I didn't know the song wasn't, I don't want to say copyrighted, but it doesn't have any royalty fees on it. It's pretty cool. Oh no. That sucks. Alright. So it looks like I got some electrical work ahead of me. What is this one for? This is fuel and air temp. So these go to the other side. Fuel plugged in. Air temp. Just run this up here for right now. So I'll figure out where I'm going to put the air temp. And let's see here. Alright, let's see what do we got. Alright, so we got orange there. Orange is 8. Purple 6. Yellow is 2. And brown is 4. Alright, so I'm going to do these. A little bit cleaner, if possible. All right. And this one goes to manifold pressure sensor. All right, so those are good there. These. I'm gonna route these. here. Okay. All these wires are nice and tucked away. There we go. Alright. Let's see here. What else do we got to do on this side? Number 8. What's going on, KP? Checking out the engine build. All right, so injectors are done on this side. Unfortunately, I pulled one of these, so I'm gonna have to take a look at this. My adapter here, see if I can fix it. Because that wire is definitely supposed to be all the way inside there. All right, so we got green, tan, black, and blue. So let's figure out which ones are what. So green is 7, gray, blue, and black. So green. Alright, so gray, number 6, that's going to be the one that I have to do the work on. And blue and black are fine. Oh wait, no, this one's good. That is good. So cylinder 1, that's the one that has the issue. Go figure. Alright, cylinder 3 is hooked up. So now I just have to figure out a way to fix this. Alright. I'm going to say I'm probably not going to be able to. Because I know I don't have a depinning tool for this. So normally what there is there's a little tool you can go in there to push that pin back through. And then it pulls the little rubber out of here. And you can reclamp it and push it back in, but I don't have that tool. I have to order another one of these. So that'll probably be here on Monday. Probably won't hit the dyno on Wednesday. If it depends on how long it takes to ship, really. All right, well, we can hook up some of the rest of this stuff in the meantime. Come on. Oh, don't tell me my fuel line's gonna be too short. All right. All right, well, I think I'm going to end the video here. That'll give me some time to order the parts to fix the cable for Injector 1. And it'll let me figure out what I'm going to do with the fuel lines, since they apparently are a little too short for this setup now. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And we'll catch you later.